Stephanie. Hi, Albert. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Now, Albert, tell us where you are joining us from tonight.
I'm in Miami Beach, Florida. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Well, thank you so much. Now, Albert, I'm going to read a little bit about your bio, just a little bit, and then I'm going to pick your brain to get some more information, because this whole thing, the way it comes together in the mobile giving industry, I didn't even know it was such a big thing, and the whole technology behind it. So what I have is you are the CEO of Give on the Go. I love that, Give on the Go. That's such a catchy little title. Providing high quality, low cost mobile solutions for nonprofit organizations. Am I on track?
You are.
Okay, so you are active in industry policy development and trade association activist. So you're out there making things happen in that industry. But you know what, I'm going to let you tell us more about your distinguished legal career, because I can even begin to talk about that, and which is helpful to know the background of somebody like you who's making things happen in this industry. And I understand you have a couple of approved patents and a few more that are pending, right?
That's right.
All right, well, Albert, go ahead and tell us a little bit about you and how Give on the Go works and comes together with the Mobile Giving Foundation and how it all works.
Okay, well, let's start with a key point. You know, this industry would not have existed if it were not for Jim Maness. And, you know, we had been in the business, not with Give on the Go, but with another company, our parent company called Redfish Media, providing services. And invariably, we had charities in Miami that we were reaching out to and that we wanted to help. And we always found it difficult to help them because we could conceptualize the desire to raise money via mobile, but the carriers charged for billing and collections, and the charges that they imposed for billing and collections were way more than we could realistically, in conscience, collect, giving less of a net to the charities. So we were very interested, but we were essentially just providing messaging services without donations. We heard about the Mobile Giving Foundation. We immediately applied. I think about 75 companies applied when we did, and we were one of the lucky few to get selected based on our heritage. And when it became known to me that 100% of the donation was being passed through, I said, no way. And the reason I said no way is because, like Jim, I've had 25 years of experience in the industry, and my experience started beating up on the telephone companies. I was a trial attorney for the AT&T divestiture case for the Department of Justice when the Bell system was broken up. And, you know, there was no love lost. We saw the scourges of monopoly. We wanted to make sure that telephony was more competitive than it was. And over the years, you know, being in the telephone system, it was very difficult to see your way through to 100% of anything with the carriers. I think Jim Maness is to be credited with performing nothing less than a miracle in persuading each of the dominant carriers to support a program such as this, because that money does flow directly to the nonprofits through the Mobile Giving Foundation in ways that are extraordinarily beneficial. And it's so easy for consumers.
Easy. I like that it's easy. So if you remember two things, mobile, or maybe three, let's give it three: mobilegivingfoundation.org, easy, and 100% pass through. I mean, I honestly too, when I started researching and doing my background stuff on this, I thought 100%, how is that even possible? How are the carriers going to go for that? But obviously, like you said, the power of persuasion was at work there, and Jim has done amazing work. But without everybody coming together and partnering to make this all happen, it's just wouldn't all flow the way it's doing right now. So tell me a little bit about Give on the Go. How does that partnering look with the Mobile Giving Foundation?
Well, Give on the Go is a application service provider. You know, in our case, what we do is we establish a short code. That's the short telephone number that you text that keyword. So in the case of, for example, our client, Albe Foundation, that has the renowned music recording artist Wyclef Jean, keyword was Yele, for a $5 donation or Haiti for a $10 donation. You have to text that keyword to a short number. In our case, it's 501-501, and we chose that number 501-501 because most of the entities that benefit from these donations are 501c3 entities under the tax code. So we thought it had a certain ring to it. It's easy to remember. And, the call to action is a very important component of this. But I don't think anyone who's listening to this broadcast ever doubts for a minute that the mobile phone is one of those essential appliances that we all live by. If you leave home without it, you feel somewhat unprepared to challenge the day. But almost invariably, wherever you are, whether you're at dinner, you're watching television, you're at work, that mobile phone is on and it's nearby. So if you see a call to action and you see it on a billboard, or you see it on television, or you see it in a newspaper, or you see it in a news flash, or someone in a gathering asks you to take out that phone and text a short word to a key, like a keyword to a short code, it's going to be simple, immediate, and there's no doubt that it's beneficial.
It is too, and not only, and I think I saw this on the Redfish, is that it? The Redfish website? Where you can test it. And I thought, well, I've done them before, but I did go to that. It says try it out now, and so I went and did the short code, and typed Redfish, and instant. And I think the little message came back and said, wasn't that fast? I was like, yeah, that was pretty much instant. Like I hadn't even taken my thumb off of the send yet. So that was amazing to see that. And it does give me a confidence, a higher level of confidence to know that if I want to give specifically to a certain relief effort or whatever it is, I know it's going there. It's not going to go into this big pool and disseminate it, and I'm not really sure where it's going. There may be causes I don't necessarily want to support when it goes into a great big pool. What's nice about that is I want to bring this up to everybody out there watching tonight, and to say that sometimes we have that inner voice, that intuition, that little thing that's kind of, in our ear telling us, or, hey, hello. And how often do we kind of brush it off and say, I can't deal with that right now. I have other things to take care of. But when you listen to that inner voice and you act on it, that's the key. You can listen to it, but until you act on it and take action, and in this case, look what came from that. That is a great story. So when that, like you said, when that flood of donations come in, who is the, where does that, and I don't mean to use the word burden in a bad way, but the technology burden, is there that potential for crashing and all of that, or is this all managed very well that we don't have to worry about that you don't have to worry about that?
There's a lot of aspects and a lot of coordination with a lot of parties. We're not just talking about one provider, we're talking about teams of providers and coordination that's really very, very tight and involves hand-in-glove coordination. So, for example, all of the carriers have to have that connectivity with their subscribers. Mm-hmm. Those subscribers have to be in areas where cell phone coverage is working. The text needs to be fielded by a platform. That platform is engaged by both Give on the Go and Mobile Giving Foundation. All of the accounting that goes into providing both the nonprofit and the consumer some access to the information on a real-time basis is a further level of control. Mm-hmm. And then ultimately getting the money to the right place and accounting for it and responding to all the regulatory authorities is yet another level. So, it's very simple, it's very easy at the consumer level, it's transparent, people appreciate exactly what's going on, people can get a tax receipt for all the taxable donations that they made in a year across all the different charities served by the Mobile Giving Foundation, but it's cohesively put together with a vision. And Jim Manis, Christian Zimmern, the people that are the heart of Mobile Giving Foundation have really put this together, and we're a small piece of it, but we're very pleased to play our role as well.